And we're back here with our players interview for this week. And this week we're going to talk to the offensive backfield. And I'll first let each of those guys introduce themselves, starting here with the quarterback.
I'm junior quarterback Nick Preem.
Senior running back Tyler Anderson.
Junior running back Chase Street.
Sophomore fullback Hunter Partridge.
Okay, now you guys are you're here as a group now, but you're rarely all into the game as a group unless it's goal line formation. But we'll kind of pinpoint each of you individually. First of all, Nick, quarterback. How much is it different this year being the second year as a starting quarterback as opposed to last year as a sophomore?
Just game experience is a big thing to have.
And are you feeling a lot more confident with the plays when they're called, reading it, or just everything in general?
Yeah, just a lot more confident just seeing the defenses and just knowing the plays better.
Now, Chase Street, you're coming in. First 1,000-yard season there this year that you picked up. Could have had it last year without that ankle injury. What's that mean to you, being able to come through and get that 1,000 yards this year?
I'm very humble about it. I'm just proud of my team and the way we're playing, and hopefully we can just keep that going. I ain't really worried about how I'm doing. I just want to get the team where we need to be, and that's state.
And Tyler, you're the senior of this group. Last week, the linemen were all seniors. You're the only senior that's back here in the backfield. Second consecutive 1,000-yard season as well this year. How do you feel about comparing this season to how things went last year?
Well, we've just come more of a team this year. Last year we were kind of all over the place, but this year we came together as a team, and our line stepped up, and all the backfield stepped up, defense and everything, and it's just we're playing as more of a team this year than we have last year.
Now, Hunter Partridge, you don't get to carry the ball an awful lot. Your day is coming in the future, I'm sure, but you got to be excited every time they yell for that goal line offense to go out there, because you know you're in there in the game at fullback position, right?
Of course, it's an opportunity to play with a team like this.
So, again, your days of carrying the football are still lying in your future, but, it's got to be pretty good feeling to get out there, and you being one of the few sophomores that gets out on the field.
Yeah, it's definitely an opportunity.
Now, we've got 3,000-yard guys here, 1,000-yard passer, 2,000-yard rushers. Is there anybody in particular you guys might want to thank for being able to have a year like that?
Yeah, thanking the linemen. They stepped up so much this year by working out in the weight room on the off season, gaining weight, and just putting in work off season.
I kind of led you right into that one, but they are the unsung heroes oftentimes, but they're getting a lot of attention, and again, because of guys like you. Now, let me ask you guys, you two in particular, the 2,000-yard rushers, how do you guys feel about the way that you guys are utilized? I'm not asking you, I guess, to critique it, but, throughout the game, what is your mindset that sometimes you're in, sometimes you're out? How do you stay ready? What's the key to the success of having two backs rotating in and out as much as you guys do?
It just shows the defense two different looks, because they don't know when I'm going to run the ball or when Chase is running the ball. We have two dynamic running backs that confuses the defense, and it just makes them wonder what's going to happen next.
Also keeps us very fresh. Fresh legs is always a big thing in football. A lot of the pro teams, college teams use 2-3 backs, and that's what we're trying to put in here.
And I think that has really shown, because it seems like, if you guys read your statistics, which I doubt you've looked at them a whole lot, but it was clear to like the fourth game of the year till either one of you broke 100 yards. And now the last 4 or 5 games, you've both been over 100 yards every game. And you think that's really it? The being able to rotate back and forth has a lot to do with it?
I think it's got a lot to do with us coming together as a team and being able to play together and knowing, where we got to be and what we have to do to get in the right position.
Now, has there ever been a time that you've been out, you heard a play calling in, you're thinking, man, I wish that was my play, or maybe you got the play call and you're thinking, I'm out in the field and I wish the other guy was out there.
Yeah, there's sometimes. I mean, you're out there, you run a 60-yard run and you get out of breath, and then they leave you in. It's kind of like want to maybe get a breath or two, but just coach makes the right decision, and we can't argue with that.
And is that always the way it is? It's just the coaches decide? Do you guys ever get to give a signal, like say, hey, give me a breather on this play or anything?
Every once in a while, just, we just keep we're usually pretty fresh, so it doesn't, that being tired usually doesn't have much of an effect.
Okay, back to you, Nick. Do you ever, get maybe a little bit extra excited whenever, a play's coming in, like, hey, this one I can chuck it downfield or anything like that, or you just, whatever they call, that's what I want to run?
Yeah, just whatever they call is usually pretty good.
And you don't like airing it out in particular, showing that arm strength?
Oh yeah, I like throwing the guys downfield like Brooks and Kyle and all them.
Well, fellas, thanks for taking the time with us here today. Any final thoughts anybody wants to throw out there before we wrap this up?
Beat Williamstown.
Yeah, that's. I think that would make everybody happy that we could come back again next week, because there's other guys on the team that I haven't talked to yet, and I'm sure they're getting jealous that you guys are getting all the airtime now. So they're going to want to talk to me next week. So go ahead, finish this one off, and we'll have another player interview come next week. So good luck here tonight, and bring us back a victory. So that's going to do it for our player interview. So we'll be back with more pregame festivities here on AM 1330 and 93.1 FM.